Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. We're now in 1981, playing all the video games we couldn't find a definite release date for in alphabetical order. You can now look down below and see we played over 1,100 video games, or checked out 1,100 on the channel. We last left off with Road Race for the Commodore VIC-20. Let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're next going to the Radio Shack TRS-80, and this is Robot Attack. Let's take a look at Robot Attack and see what it's all about. Starting with the front of the box. Oh yeah, Big 5 software. Big fans of Big 5 software. Mission is the box cover can't really tell us. It's mission destroy something, but I can't make it out. If we flip over the inside box, this is the instructions for Robot Attack. Yes, Bill Hogue and Jeff Conyu. Way to go, Bill and Jeff. Game instructions are evil robots from the planet Jidya have overtaken Earth's valuable space stations. Space Central is counting on you to invade the station and conquer the robots. Oh man, is it Berserk? Are we doing a Berserk clone? Or a Berserk variant? You control your player and have 3 sets of controls you can choose from. You can use the arrow keys, use the IJKM keys, or the joystick from Big 5 or Alpha Products. No way, they made a joystick for the TRS-80? So this is most likely going to be run on the Model 1 or Model 3. It says that after you choose the control method you prefer, you run around the screen, determine the appropriate controls. Diagonal movement is accomplished using a combination of the 2 directions. And then what are the point score for everything? Extra humanoid will beam aboard your army at every 5,000 points. And at the end of the game, you'll be allowed to enter your initials. Wow, just like an arcade game. Now, Big 5 Software has already given us some amazing arcade games for the TRS-80. When we thought it was dead, no. This came out in 1977, and we even got a first-person shooter. We got Battlezone from these guys. And Big 5 Software just continues to impress. So it says after the game announces Robot Attack, you select the number of players you want to play. During the future briefings, you may bypass the message from Space Central by pressing break. To abort the message, hold break and clear together. Okay, thank you. It looks like the loading instructions, this is both on cassette and disc. There's our cassette tape. All we gotta do is load Robot. It's easy enough, right? Of course. All right, let's pop in and play Robot Attack, released for the TRS-80 at some point in 1981 by Big 5 Software. If it's really that easy, then let's just type Robot and go. This is going to be great because everything else we played on the TRS-80 has been... Whoa, no way. Is that part of the game, or are we in the Matrix? The screen just disappeared. I've never seen that happen on any game we played on the computer. It like made me feel we weren't playing on our computer and it got taken away. Anyway, we're doing Star Wars. In a galaxy far, far away, robots from the planet Jidya attacked and overtook a space station run by humans. Now the robots use the space station to refuel and repair their Jidyan land cruisers, which roam through space in search of humans to destroy. See, at this point, do you really care what the story is? Because you know it's going to be a really good arcade game. Do you really care about Jidyans? This is more of a text adventure game kind of question. The human race is counting on you to invade the space station and conquer the robots. This mission is of the utmost secrecy. Its code name is... Oh, they're going to give us a new cool opening, I bet. What's the code name? Every time we have a Big 5 Software game, they have something really cool. Yeah, they do something really cool like this. For the text crawl. Whoa, and it talked to us. Oh my gosh. Did everyone hear? We heard Robot Attack talk to us. The first time on the TRS-80, we've heard it talk. Looks like Jeff is the top scorer. Jeff Conyu beat him out. That's great. All right, so to get through this, we break. Get our break key going. If I can remember my break key on the TRS-80. Where are you, break key? It's not responding. Break. We have to see the whole text crawl. Distributed by Big 5 Software. And there's their address. Great. Great break. To start the game, select the number of... There we go. Perfect. Wow, it says player 1 too. Whoa, okay, I'm blown away. First of all, every time we play any games on the channel, we are playing them obviously through emulators. Well, this is a TRS-80 emulator that emulates the Model 1 and Model 3. And I never set up a joystick or a controller to play this emulator. But the button, I push number 1 to play one player on the keyboard, but then the controller is working. I am controlling this as if I was plugging in a controller to the TRS-80. So right off the bat, the control is amazing. Uh-oh, is that Evil Otto? Oh, great. It's the Robot Attack Evil Otto. Wow, and they're doing it just like in Berserk. They have the talking that you through the computer. We played a lot of Berserk variants, but we haven't played as that many that had the talking. And on the TRS-80, it just impresses me that it's even there. Yeah, this is Robot Attack, or Robot Attack. Oh man, so cool. Yeah, the sound effects are excellent. For a system made in 1977, they are pushing Radio Shack to the limits. Oh, I gotta remember about the walls. That's so cool, though. The enemies, if they touch the walls, they blow up, too. I really enjoy video games that you get the rules put on the computer characters as well. Because most of the time you play a video game, and the enemies have way more power than you do, and it's very unfair. Like, there's a radioactive sludge that you can't walk through, but they can, and you die and they don't. So I love it whenever they give you an even playing field. If they touch the walls, they die too. So just like in Berserk, we're going room to room. We got robots, now we got robots firing back at us. Dodging those guys. And you can see by the resolution on the screen, the TRS-80, it's whenever you play Defender clones or variants of asteroids and so forth on this system, the resolution and the pixels look gigantic because it's like it's not supposed to be played on this. It's like they're doing some witchcraft to make it happen. Look at that, yes. And the voices are very reminiscent to how Berserk sounded in the arcades. It's done very well. Wow, so cool. Now I wonder who that was. Was that Bill or Jeff that did the voice? So curious. It's great playing these games with such small teams. Majority of the games we play is one person that designs the game. Or one person that does everything for the console, like on the Magnavox Odyssey 2. But there wasn't a team of people. They didn't have voice actors that they hired for the game. It is just two people that worked on this. Now, they did give credit to whoever did the box art, and if they had different marketing purposes for how they got the game delivered. But the game itself, how it was programmed, this is Bill Hogue and Jeff Connew all the way. They even have it when you leave the screen. It says chicken like in the arcade. Love it. All right, so I guess that's my high school. No, I'm still going. Okay, so I pushed a one-player game, and I still have enough lives, and it's keeping me going. Same difficulty level we had before. But yeah, this... Not only is this playing smoothly, like fast, but the controls are so good. I'm using a TRS-80 joystick designed by these guys for this computer from 1977, and I get 4-way or 8-way control shot, and it feels good. Now, one of the ways we can bounce from system to system on the channel is we're obviously emulating to play the systems back to back to back. Oh, man, is he going to get me? Oh, yeah, there we go. And as we go to system back to back to back, the control scheme is obviously not going to be exactly as it is for the TRS-80, but I'm still impressed. When I go from game to game, you still have a kind of a sense of what the control feels like without holding the controller in your hands. But I would love to get a hold... Oh, here he comes. Who is it? He's not as jovial as Evil Otto. Robot Attack just has a UFO that flies at you. Too slow. We're still going. Is there no lives? Maybe it's 5 lives. Now I'm just being reckless because I'm not paying attention. Yep, there you go. So 5 lives. Wow. Wow. No way. I get 4 letters too? Okay. I'll be Crow. Can I do more? No. Crow will work. That's right. Oh yeah, we saw in the instructions. Read the instructions, kids. Man, that blows my mind. Hearing the sound of Robot Attack is awesome. All right, so if we do 2-player, I just want to see. I bet it's alternating play, right? They're changing the volume levels too. That sounded different than in the player one it said before. We're already familiar with the speech synthesis that's started to happen, and we have had computers do that. We in the arcade, we heard them first for the video game world, but the speech was already there for computers. We just didn't see it in the games first until the arcade. And then now we're seeing... We're now seeing the computers have speech, and this is a rare treat to see it on the TRS-80. We've already seen, where we're going to be seeing on the Magnavox Odyssey 2 with their speech synthesizer. Oh man, yeah, this is so cool. And you can even do the same thing we saw on the Atari 800 Berserk variant, where I can stand still, hold the attack button down, and then fire in all 8 directions. Oh, I better keep moving, or evil UFO is going to show. Yep, there he is. That's nice to give you a little warning. He warps in slowly so you can start running away. Yeah, that's a really good point. The way they had to program the sound, because would this even be called an internal speaker for the TRS-80? We're on Model 3, so I don't know if it sounds any different from the Model 1 to the Model 3. The sound wasn't a big thing they were going for on the TRS-80. Anybody remember sound cards? Yeah, we haven't even got to sound cards yet. Oh. There it is. Okay, player 2's up, and okay, cool. So yeah, it's alternating play, and it works with the one controller. So the one controller plugged into the port is, you just have to swap the controller back and forth. Hot seated. Or hot joystick it, if you will. Man, this is so cool. Now, the other thing that blows my mind is we're playing different computers that are less powerful than the other ones that are out there. And we get to, for example, the ZX81 in the UK, and I know that it shouldn't be doing what we see it doing to play the game, and I'm blown away by it. But I still wouldn't hear chicken. But we were playing all the games released at the time, so I'd love to be rating these higher, but we already know, we've seen games do better looking and playing iterations of it. This is still so impressive. It's so cool. And to have a 2-player, well, I guess, yeah, it's keeping the score for 2 different people. Man, if you and your buddy had a TRS-80, this would be the game to play. Wow, there we go. So that's Robot Attack for the TRS-80. So impressive. I'd say above average for the time. Well, it is still a Berserk clone. It's still great. So I'm going to go 4 stars for Robot Attack. Of all the games we played up to this point, it's impressive. Very impressive. And just for that, let's see what the TRS-80 is looking like.
It's a great value.
For only $800.
Select from Radio Shack's huge program library.
Made from cassettes.
To aid your children's education.
Wait,
Plan
that's
your
a child?
personal and household budgets. Or to entertain with fast action games.
No, he's not playing Robot Attack.
You can even learn to write programs.
Kid's got to get Robot
The
Attack.
TRS-80 Model 3, on sale for $7.99. Only at Radio Shack and Radio Shack Computer
So is that
Center.
$7.99
The
and then
computer
you
experts.
take away $200 for it? Because, oh my gosh, that's still super expensive.
The TRS-80 Model 3, and at $200 off, it's a great...
All right, with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. Where are we going now? It's time to go to the arcade, and this is Rock Climber. The Crazy Climber sequel. Let's take a look at the artwork. Don't have too much from this one. We're going to do the first release that was in Japan by Taito, and you can see the controls are going to use one joystick for one side of your body and another joystick for another side of your body. So the controls are very unique, like we said in Crazy Climber, but it's essentially the same idea, Rock Climber, just with the new coat of paint, changing it up a little bit. For different versions, we have the world version, entertainment version, and then a couple bootleg versions, but we're going to play the first in Japan. This is Rock Climber, released at some point in 1981 by Taito for the arcades. Here we go. I gave high marks to Crazy Climber because of the idea. Very unique, and controlling one side of your body with one joystick, another joystick for another side of your body, so you're able to emulate or pretend like you're climbing the mountain in the arcade. So very fun idea. So Rock Climber, essentially the same thing, same control scheme. And there we go for attract mode. Oh my gosh, they are sailing up there. We will not be that smooth, because if you've ever played Crazy Climber or Rock Climber, it takes a little bit to get used to realize that you're not just moving the joystick where you want and the character moves that way. You have to say which limb you want to move at the for each time. All right, so let's put a coin in and push and start. Someone needs to keep a list of all the public domain songs we've heard so far on Chronologically Gaming. Add Yankee Doodle to the list if someone's making a list. Okay, so you can see I'm moving my way up to the top of the hill, and I'm supposed to avoid monkeys. Crazy Climber took place on a building, so now we're rocks. We'll see if I can sneak my way up to the top. Oh, no. Oh, interesting. They don't knock me down. Okay, I just get blocked by their way. But like I said, the controls feel so strange the first time you play it, and I look like just a guy just flailing around on a mountain. Come on, move over there to the side. You also have to know which buttons to push to get to one side or not. All right, so let's see if we can make our way up higher now. Now we gotta move over a little bit more. Uh-oh. There's a bird coming, not the birds. There we go, 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 go. It's 1981, and I figured that the developers would say, if someone mentions, let's put a bird in the game, they should really be saying no. Everyone should stop saying no birds at this point. Come on. Nope, and then the bird's gonna... It's like the evil auto of Rock Climber. I knew it was coming. The bird looks so peaceful, too. It's like a dove. Alright, let's see. Going this way. Can we get past? I don't know if we can get past that side. And the snake drops you off, too. Instant death. You don't even get that far with... They're trying to make it interesting by dodging certain things, but the one-hit death's pretty brutal. But we saw the same thing in Crazy Climber. Taito isn't doing anything different. It's just why climb buildings? If you want to rock climb here, right? All right, so pushing start again. Got another coin in. Hearing that Yankee Doodle tune. If you're just now joining us, we're playing every single video game. And every video game even means video games from Japan. In 1981, we got Rock Climber. I want to be able to go... Are they following me to the side? I think they are. At least they don't knock off, like, instant death. And on the right side, they chose to do a radar, which is kind of cool. Like a Rally X or Defender. Why am I not... Oh, am I stuck on the tree? No! Then the bird's gonna come. No, don't kill me! Move over there. Go, 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 go. And the snake got me too. I'm curious, the first time people that played this in the arcades, did you eventually get used to it? Or was it something that took even longer time to familiarize yourself with the controls? Because you're essentially taking the joystick and pretending it's an arm and moving it like this. It's very difficult to describe. If you ever get a chance to play it in the arcades, though, try it out for yourself and you'll know what I mean. All right, so that was Rock Climber. Now, I wouldn't give it the same marks as Crazy Climber because it's the same idea, just reskinned. So I'm going to say, of all the games we played up to this point, it's still above average for the time, just not something that would push it any further than that. So I'll say 3.5 stars. Still a pretty fun, good time, and something different. So that was Rock Climber. Let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're now going back to the Commodore VIC-20, and this is Rocket Command. Part of the compilation on the Canadian Tire demo disc for your VIC-20. You can see, it was a little difficult to see, but they have a lot of different games, including Introduction, Vic Man, Depth Charge, and a few of these we've already checked out before. And then there's a screenshot of Rocket Command. For other versions, there's actually lots of different ones called Rocket Command besides this one on the demo disc. There's also one by Titan in 1982, one from Finland, and then others with 3K. We're going to play the one that was part of the Canadian Tire demo disc for the VIC-20, released at some point in 1981. So all my Canadian fans, did you play this demo disc? And it's pretty simple. Whenever it's time, you push any key on the keyboard, and you're just using your timing to shoot off the missiles and hit the plane that whizzes by. So it's just a timing-based game. In fact, I would even argue to say it's about the same of games we played like on the early TRS-80, or something that was really simple for the IBM PC. Because this is one part of a game of a compilation, so this is it. What you're seeing is the whole game. You literally just fire a missile off and then see if it connects and you get a point. Yeah, you don't even get to shoot fast. It's just timing, waiting for a little bit, and then it goes off. Oh man. So for all the games we played up to this point, Rocket Command is not doing much because it's one of the games on this compilation. I'm going to say this one is so simple and so rudimentary. We're going to go 1 star for Rocket Command. Not missing anything here. And let's press forward and see what our next game is. After Rocket Command, we're going back to the arcade, and this is Route 16. Awesome. Let's check out Route 16, starting with the artwork. Now, this is the North American advertisement flyer, Money, the Root of All Evil. Wait, is that what it's called in North America instead of Route 16? Or is that the tagline? Because they have a bunch of people racing around grabbing money bags, which is the idea of Route 16, but it doesn't even say the title here. This is the advertisement flyer by Centuri. And there we go, flip it over on the back. Centuri has 16 routes to drive you wild. Step in your Formula car, not even Formula 1. 4-way joystick and brace yourself for the chase. Select one of 16 available routes, or routes, whatever your flavor. Remember, this is no Sunday drive in the country. You're after points, or the money. You're off, but watch out. Enemy chase cars are in hot pursuit. You might be looking for cold cash, but they're looking to knock your lights out. Rules of the road is you look at screen A. This is crazy that the advertisement flyer is giving instructions of how to play. Look at screen A, diagram A. Select a route, drive your Formula car through one of the openings. After a momentary pause, a detailed close-up of that route, which is displayed by B, will appear quickly. Choose the targets you're looking for by dollar marks. Be suspicious of question marks. Avoid oil and bombs, and of course, enemy chase cars. You find yourself in trouble, hit the high speed button. Okay, like head on. All you do is move 4 ways around and then push the high speed button. And then bonus flicker. Keep a eye out for the bonus flicker. It means a car mark is somewhere on the screen. Clear it, and you'll get another car. It's also got cocktail mode, and you can see this is the one for North America. And an example of the arcade cabinets right there. Route 16, Route 16. We'll base it on the song instead. There's our control panel, a filthy control panel of Route 16. And you can see it's the North American one. Controls, you have 4-way joystick, speed, and they even have the instructions on the left side, because this one isn't as understandable until you play it a little bit. You'll get the hang of it once we boot it up. There's our arcade marquee for Route 16. Maybe I'll just keep switching it back and forth. Route 16. We have a manual, too. Does the manual tell us anything? Again, North America, Centuri, service manual. Nice, from Florida. All right, I'll take that. And don't care about the warning. We are not hooking up the system. There we go. Route 16 is a challenging race car game, integrating special features to excite the beginner as well as the seasoned player. We'll see about that. We're seasoned players here on Chronologically Gaming. The vivid video screen is fascinating and is complemented by exceptional audio during gameplay. We'll be the judge of that too. Red car is controlled by the joystick feature. The joystick feature? Never heard it referred to that way. It's pursued by 16 different routes, mazes by 3 chase cars. The search mode reveals an overview of all 16 routes, and the search mode appears when the car exits a route. In the search mode, the player car becomes a red cube, and the chase cars become yellow cubes. When the player car exits one route, there is a second delay for a total overview of the game. Each route has dead ends, zigzags, and multiple entrances and exits. Some routes have dollar symbols, and the player scores 200 points if they clear that. Dollar symbol randomly changes to oil slicks when encountered, and oil slicks slow the player card down. There's a question mark surrounded by checkpoints and either reveal a bomb symbol or a bell mark after the player clears the checkpoint. Now, they're giving all this instruction because this game is designed very differently than any other game we've seen, and it's going to be copied. So this is the very first time we on the channel have seen this kind of thing, and that's why they have to explain so much. But it's pretty similar to Head-On, except you don't pick up dots. You're just picking up the money. And game's over when all cars have been crashed or all your lives are gone. And we're going to skip the installation. We're not here to set up arcade cabinets on Chronologically Gaming. We do have other versions, though, 2 different sets. We're going to play the very first version, though, that was released in Japan, developed by Sun Electronics, soon to be Sunsoft, and publisher Tecon, soon to be Tecmo. So this one's going to be a good one. Oh, and it doesn't work there, so we'll have to launch it a different way. Not to worry, we can launch things every way. So at some point in 1981, we're going to Japan playing some Route 16. Let's see what they got for the attract mode and see if it explains how the game works. But look at that. Soon to be Tecmo and soon to be Sunsoft in the same game. It's amazing. I wonder who had the first idea for it. A lot of the original programmers, it's hard to pin down because they do not advertise them or show them like they do with Activision and Atari. Well, I shouldn't say Atari. Atari's going to do it later, but not right now. So here's the attract mode. You can see we're going to be the red car. And when the red car leaves one view, it zooms out and goes to the 16 different routes. And then you go into another area and it zooms in. And now you're essentially getting 16 different mazes. So it's a top-down maze game, but they have this really cool overview, kind of like a map view. This is one of the first times we've seen a video game back out of a scene so you can see more before zooming in. Similar to what we're going to see with like a map overview or playing role-playing games. You have a top-down view, and then you go into a town, and then it zooms in and shows you the town. So kind of a cool idea. First time that we've been seeing anything to this scale. Let's put a coin in and play some Route 16. And we're going to push start. Here we go, red car. I don't know about the music being as engaging as they're talking about, but you can see I move to the top. I want to go all the way to the top and move to the right, and now I can zoom into this area. And you can see the bags automatically switch back and forth between oil slicks and bags of money, which I don't know if I'm going to get one. Nope. Waiting. Okay, got it. We have 2 exits here. Looks like I got a car down there. Let's go up the top and see if I can get out of there. Okay, got it. And you can see the other cars are in other areas, but I'm going to make my way around and see if I can escape from them. It's like a super zoomed out top-down view. And let's move to the left. Can we go in this one? No, we can't. So we move our way to the bottom, then inside, and it zooms in. So cool. Now, what is that? Oh, okay, nice. It's a little trap. That was in our favor that time. There is a slight delay. And I'm guessing it's because it's kind of difficult for them to do this at the time. Uh-oh, not good. Do I have a smoke screen? No, all I got is that speed up. So it's not like Rally X where I can use the smoke screen. And the car just turned... Wait, did I just get like a power pellet from Pac-Man? The car turned into a money bag. Sweet. Yeah, there we go. So it stunned him. Nice. I'm going to get away from this car and make my way up here. And you can see how they're following the maze on the inside, and now he's coming to chase me around. No! And see, I took a wrong turn. Dead end. Too bad. Alright, so let's go this way. To the left. I'm not sure if they're going to let you finish until you collect all the money bags, but this time... Where's my... There we go. So I got my turbo that I can use. Look, it's a ghost! They have a ghost from Pac-Man. They're not even associated with Namco. So was there any lawsuits involved with that one? Just putting a ghost that looks a lot like Pac-Man's ghost. All right, let's see if we can get this one. Nice, it was a money bag again. And now I got to be able to make my way out. This is going to be hard. Looks like they... Okay, good. Woof! They didn't fall for it. All right, let's go all the way down to the end. Really cool how they would have to program the artificial intelligence to move from room to room. And I guess since you're still just following the maze formula, it works. All right, let's go pick up that last bag. This one's the hardest one so far. Yeah, you can see the fuel go down a lot whenever I do the turbo button or whatever they called it. All right, let's see if this ends the whole thing. And it adds up your fuel. Nice. So if you're smart, didn't blast that turbo button, you would have gotten some more points. And we're on the next round. So now they appears to use the same maze. Let's see if we go over here. Oh, it wouldn't let you go to the left. You don't know where the wall is until you go into it. Oh, but that's it. So after 3 lives, we're done. But we made it to the second round, and you can see it continues to repeat itself after that. Let's put another coin in and go again for round 16. Yeah, I don't know the advertisement was talking about music. This does not have amazing music. It's the same loop, and I believe that's 4 bars in the background to drive you mad and try to get more gold, I guess. Can I not go to the left? Come on. Yeah, okay, we'll sneak across this way. No, we can't. Uh-oh, I'm trapped over here. Okay, let's go this way. Head out of there. No, go! There's a slight delay when you leave one screen to another, and it can kind of throw you off a little bit. But that's your only means to escape. There's no other power-ups. The big draw of this game, or the cool part of this game, is you start from a very high up view, and then you zoom in. Oh, no, don't want that oil slick. Give me that one. There we go. Now, what are those guys doing up there? They can't get in, so I'm wondering what they're trying to do. Oh, they went to the top room for some reason. So maybe not the smartest artificial intelligence. Oh, nope. And see, that one I did a trigger, and it triggered a bomb. We're not going for that one. Let's get out of there. While you're also zoomed in, you cannot see where the other cars are. So whenever you leave, if you're not able to see them from the inside, you're going to be surprised. But what an idea. No! Oh, I turned into an oil slick at the last second. Maybe money is the root of all evil. All right, we'll go over on this side on the right, moving down. Avoid the ghost. Maybe the bomb allows us to... Oh, nice. It turned the other cars into money. I'll take that and that. And whenever we leave, they're going to show up on the map as those 2 white dots. Such a cool idea. And it makes me think of all the times we're going to see games with maps or an overhead view before you move into a level. This is the beginning. Switch it back. Nice. No, give me that one. And if you love Rally X and you don't want to do as much dot collecting, this feels more like you're going on a quest. Or going to find hidden treasures around. So a really, really cool aspect of the game. I love it. That's pretty fun. So, of all the games we played up to this point, Route 16's got something new, and we love that on the channel. So, we're going to definitely say above average. I'm going to say of all the games we played, it's not something to push into like the best game you could play, you know, music-wise, control-wise. I'm still going to say 4 stars, an excellent game. Route 16, check it out if you went back in time to 1981. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. It's now time to put in the palm of our hand the latest handheld by VTech. This is Safari, which is another one of their Time and Fun series. Let's take a look at the box for, looks like this one's the Acetronic one, but whether it's VTech or Acetronic, all made by the same company. There it is, the handheld itself, the Time and Fun, ripping off Nintendo Game & Watch. Let's see what Safari's about. Released at some point in 1981, and I'd love to know if anyone can pin down when these were released. These handhelds, nobody knows. All right, let's push Game A. See, it displays the actual time right now, the live time. All right, we got Game A. We got 2 buttons on either side. Looks like I am... Oh, am I sneaking again? Is this another stealth game? So cool. Okay, so I'm using the 2 buttons and I'm moving... I'm moving what appears to be a explorer from the 1920s in England, and I'm trying to get to the helicopter without being seen. So the natives, I believe they're trying to make them look like they're going behind the tree and the rock, and when you go behind the tree and the rock, it allows you to sneak by. So it is, again, another handheld stealth game. We saw another one, I believe it was VTech as well. But you can see I appear from the side, and they're all sneaking out, and you try to get across. Oh, see? But as soon as they are in view of out of the train or the rock or the grass, then you're caught. You try to see how many times you can get over to the end while the rope ladder is down. Okay, got it. I love these handhelds that you can just figure out in a few seconds. And this is so much fun. The idea of sneaking around without being caught. Let's see if we can do it. Waiting for that guy to move out of the way, and then you make a run for it. Yeah, so this is pretty cool because it's not just based on your timing on lots of things happening at once. This is based on the stealth. Sneaking by, and you want to, like, I'm pushing that button as fast as I can. Quick, get over there, get on the helicopter. And see how many guys you can get to the other side. So with this and the other one we played that was stealth, oh, got me. I'd give it a step above because it's a pretty cool mechanic. Not just trying to collect things or pick up things as pancakes or food or eggs are getting thrown around on the screen. Nice. Make my way to the side. Yeah. Oh, no. Got me. And it's not the end. Okay, we get more lives on this one. The time and fun are a little bit more lenient. There it is. We've been cooked. That's it. So that's Safari. The latest handheld on the time and fun. For the handhelds we played at the time, yeah, I say above average. For all the other ones, not doing the same formula, but still a ripoff of Nintendo Game & Watch. We'll say 3.5 stars for Safari. And with that, let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're next going to the Atari home computer. This is Saigon, The Final Days. Let's take a look at the front of the box. Looks like this is... Can't make out from the front of the box, actually. I know it's Adventure International. 48K needed for this one too, and $40 back in the day. We flip it over in the back, and yeah, the font's really hard to read, but it looks like this is Vietnam, possibly a war game. Saigon: The Final Days. It says, now you can experience the chaos. That was Vietnam 1975. You're an escaped POW lost somewhere in the dense jungle. Your one chance of survival is to reach Saigon before the Viet Cong reach you. Oh gosh. And there's an advertising flyer for Saigon: The Final Days. Yeah, it's Vietnam 1975. Crashing near the dense jungle foliage, you hear the distant fire of the NVA camp guards. So you're supposed to escape. Nice. And it says it's by Jim Pearson, Robin Pearson, and Norman Saylor. Gritty realism and historical fact blend into a form of unique adventuring experience that plunges you into a controversial chapter of recent history. You know, that's interesting because the Vietnam War isn't that far away. It was only 1981 that we're playing this. And Jim Pearson has made some pretty controversial games we've seen. One, we were in hell going after Hitler. Oh, so cool. And then another one, we were insane in a mental asylum, and we didn't know we were insane. So, yeah, he's definitely pushing the boundaries there. There's the example of the 5 1/4 floppy disk for Saigon: The Final Days on Atari, and it's just an example of a screenshot for us. All right, let's slide in the disc and play Saigon: The Final Days, released at some point in 1981. What's gonna happen? Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see how it flies in 1981. So you can see the release is 1982, but it came out in 1981. The first version was. So Jim Pearson is the only one listed here. Oh, it's all text, so it's a text adventure game only. And it's similar to the other ones by Jim Pearson, of course, the writer. Okay, so you're a Viet Cong prisoner in a grass hut, 1975. Do I have inventory? Let's say none. Uh-oh. It's doing the same thing that we saw on Lucifer's Realm. A mortal round hit near the hut. You're thrown clear. Uh-oh, are we dead? Look again. A dead Viet Cong is here. Look. Kong? Appears ordinary. A dead Viet Cong is here. Look. Viet? Search. I don't know how to say in a 2-word text parser, but there was Lucifer's Realm. It was able to understand more than 2-word text parser, so it's possible it understands more than that. So with the remains of a burnt hut, let's just look again. So the dead Viet Cong is here. Look at Viet Cong. It does. It's better than a 2-word text parser. So cool. He wears a jacket. Look inside jacket. It has a snap pocket. Okay, this is great. Now, this reminds me of Zork playing a text adventure game where you're able to type in more than just 2 words. Where it doesn't feel like we're typing to a robot right now. It has a snap pocket. Open pocket. You can't. Open Snap Pocket. Look at Snap Pocket. No, so he's got a pocket, but we can't open it. The puzzle begins, as with all text adventure games. Can we leave? Can we go west? Can we exit? Don't understand. Can we leave? No, we're here in the hut. Look at jacket. So there's a snap pocket, snap pocket. Maybe we have to snap the pocket open. Nope, still don't understand. Maybe since we have a more than two-word text parser, we need to be typing in something more lengthy of what we want to do to the pocket. Open pocket. I can't open the pocket. Tear pocket. Oh man, yeah. Now I'm both blessed and cursed because the two-word text parser is a little cumbersome. But if we can understand more than 2 words, then sometimes when you get these games, you need something lengthy more than usual. Because the two-word text parser games, when you look up the walkthroughs for those, it's pretty simple. They say, you know, open door, west, left, go door, things like that. Really easy. But then when you get to these, there's a lot more nuance to what you can type in. So I don't know how to open the pocket, but I know we need to continue on. I want to look in a pocket. That's a snap pocket. Unsnap pocket. See, it knows what I'm talking about. It's stuck. Well, if it's stuck, unstick it. So is there anything else on the ground? No, nothing there. And usually we'll see, yeah, it says visible items. There's no visible items, so it's really making a search for it. Jim Pearson really knows how to make a puzzler for a text adventure game. Okay, look at hut. The hut appears ordinary. Everything is ordinary here. It's not ordinary. We're in the Viet Cong. It's 1975. I don't think anything's ordinary. Burned hut. Remains, get hut. Can I pick up the stuff? No, the hut is not a visible item. Of course not. If the pocket's stuck and I have nothing in inventory, pull. No, it won't open that one either. Okay, examine. Usually they use examine if there's something in your inventory. No, yeah, that's usually if there's something in our inventory. But we have nothing in our inventory right now, and we can't. Man, see, they kind of use this as copy protection sometimes. They'll reveal the answer in the manual or so forth. We don't have the manual for this one. And then once you get past the hardest clue, then they realize you actually bought the game. Well, they foiled me again. So look versus examine, not really sure. But I really enjoy these kind of games and would love to continue to play. This is one, like when we played Lucifer's Realm, I went back and played a little bit more, even after the stream, because how well it was done as a text adventure game. And this one looks like no exception, but again, we're stuck on the first puzzle. And that's the use for 1981. Look at... Is there anything else in the jacket? It just has a pocket. When the remains of a burnt hut. We have no inventory. And I'm now at a loss. If we can't open the pocket by pulling it, snapping it, tearing it. Rip. No, it doesn't understand that one either. It's got to be another word that we're missing, and so you would pore over synonyms and synonyms, as many things as you can to finally get the game to understand. That's right. So we'll stop the game there, since we are stuck quite easily. You can look it up online, but 1981, you did not have that luxury. Even though that was one puzzle that kept us stumped, and we didn't play any further, I'm still going to give that game above average compared to the other games we played. It is not your normal text adventure game, and Jim Pearson is most likely the reason why. So 3.5 stars for Saigon. If we played more adventure games and went through the length of them, especially the graphic adventure games, we'd have a better idea of how to rank them. But since we're going 1 to 1 to 1, we're trying to get through as many games as we can. We're just doing the brief check of how the game's like and what it was like in 1981. All right, let's press forward and see what our next game is. We're still on the Atari 800, and this is Sands of Mars. Artwork looks really familiar. It's got to be crystalware. Let's take a look at the box of Sands of Mars. Same artwork. Hey, and it's got, I can't tell by the initials on the side, but we've seen this for like Fantasyland 2041. It's got to be the same person doing the artwork. This is the beginning of the bikini armor. Like when you play role playing games, this guy, he started the whole thing. You don't need a full thing of armor. Just go out there with your thong and you'll be just fine. All right, so we got an advertisement for this one. It is right in the center. They call this a space game, at least Crystalware does. Take an exciting voyage to the planet Mars to visit via Starship Herman. The game, compared to the rest, is second only to Fantasyland 2041. It includes scrolling on the Atari, hundreds of full-screen graphics. You can move your little man through the terrain of Mars. Your little man through the terrain of Mars. It says it goes for $40 at the time. Wow, and we got a manual for this one. They compared this to Fantasyland 2041. That game was massive. Oh my gosh, yeah, and the manual is huge. Sands of Mars by John and Patty Bell, 1981. And there you go, more people involved in this one. Look at that. We're getting slow trickles of development teams and more people that are involved with it. You can see the different translations for PET, Atari, and TRS-80. And then the different parts. Oh my gosh, yeah. We have the lore, the captain of Starship Herman. You probably should rename your ship, dude. Yeah, so it's about the story, where you are in space, how you arrived there, what happened with your parents, possibly the bad guy is your dad. You know, they're probably taking tropes from Star Trek or Star Wars. And then they explain your mission. And then the history of Lemuria. Oh yeah, the lore is heavy here. Due to carbon dating, we know the oldest possible inscriptions found on Mars seem to date back 2 billion years ago. It seems reference to the struggle between two cultures, the Zanti and the Machim. Read more on about the Zanti and the Machim. Oh yeah, they're going deep about what it's like on Mars. Got some artwork there for most likely the enemies we'll be facing. Yes, the Zanti glossary. Oh yeah. We gotta know what all the crazy words are while we're on Mars, I guess. And then the spaceport, the JFR. The JFR spaceport? Not the JFK spaceport. And then this explains what you're going to do in the game, because you will be building a character as role-playing, just like Fantasy 2041. And then the orders from your admiral is to make the manual liftoff. Sitting in your command console, you watch your crew assemble. This is pretty cool that the manual is doing the instructions as a story, not just saying, push number 1 on your keyboard and do this. They're actually making you involved in the game, or being part of the game. A role-playing game, if you will. So the maiden voyage to Mars. Oh, okay, here's where it does it. Navigation, command ship, solar map. So these are the commands we can do. Looks like you press space or 0. And then you have 7 different command modules, and it explains what they do. And then for weapons, status report, lasers, nice. Are we going to control a spaceship in this one? Nice. So you get the computer, the commands for that one, cargo deck. Oh yeah, this is deep. Man, Crystalware is pushing the boundaries of what video games are in 1981. Had no idea. A lot of the time their delivery isn't the best, and we'll see how it works on this one. But still, it's fascinating that you have a game, you have a top-down view, you can move around freely, and the screen scrolls. It's awesome. And we're going to be traveling from planet to planet. And this one does use double side density, so we're going to be flipping the disc over. Don't attempt to copy or enter the catalog. Disembarking from the ship, there's the movements, and I really hope they use the Atari joystick. Every one we've seen by Crystalware has. But if we didn't, you see you have to use the keyboard commands. What kind of terrains are going to happen on the mountain of Mars? Oh my gosh, look at this. Craterlands, canals, desert. The land of the Vicini, sand pits. Oh man. Yeah, it's so deep. It's another one of those games that we go from arcade to arcade game, and it's a quick, let's pick up and play, no problem. Let's shoot some ships and play space games. And then you get to this one, it's like, no, hold up, man. You got to spend about 2 weeks reading the manual, and then after you do that, then you can play the game and get used to it. Yeah, we didn't even get to the whole manual. We'll refer back to it if we need keyboard commands. But yeah, we got the side of the disc that we'll flip over. Let's pop in and play Sands of Mars by Crystalware, released at some point in 1981. Another massive game by Crystalware. The Sands of Mars. And translated by Mike Potter. I believe he's the one that did the Atari version. So here we go. Maiden Voyage. We don't have a game save, so I'm going to push number 1. Let's go on our ship. Our rocket ship. So we're at the JFR spaceport. Are we going to have to build a ship? Whoa, look at all those stats. We have food, rope, grapple. Oh, so this is where we buy everything. It explains what we have, weight. You can see cargo. All right, so first of all, is there oxygen or food? I always check that now after dying on a Calibeth. Yeah, we have oxygen tanks, 209. That looks pretty good. And it's possible they're randomizing this. So all this information is going to be different every time you play. Let's do S to see cargo. Okay, it's the same thing. And then return to escape. So we have no weight of cargo. Oh, our cargo is zip. So you have to buy. This shows you everything that's available, like the spaceport has. So you push B to buy, and then you push the first and last letters. So if I do what, FD is food. Number requested, I'll do 2. Oh, we have no such items, sir. Well, fine, I didn't want that anyway. Oh, is it saying Q, food Q? Oh, okay, so you got to do B and then FQ, is that right? Oh, no, it's not. What did it mean by first and last then? First letter and last letter. Oh, we're going to need to buy stuff because we have nothing. First and last letters of cargo. So if I just do F, will that work? No. F, D? No, it is F and D. So let's try rope. R-E. Number, we'll do 1 rope. Okay, it worked. I wonder why. Oh, I see. Because food ends with Q3. So you got to end with 3. That's confusing. So if I want to buy food, I have to push F3 because it begins and ends with. Okay, weird. Okay, let's do 2. 2 food. Yes, we have food. We have sustenance in space. And then we're going to need. Who knows what we're going to need? Look at all this stuff. Let's do oxygen tanks. So let's do buy. If we're going into space. OS. Let's take 50 of those. And looks like we got light packs, gravitron, rifter pods, astra crystals, hydroponics. Now, we've already seen Crystalware be really ambitious with their development and programming, and I'm wondering how much of this actually is useful in the game. Like doing a deep dive on the Crystalware games, how much is actually there that you can use? Because I've heard how buggy these games are. It's possible that the navigator, like whenever you buy it, it may not even do anything. All right, so let's buy, I don't know, a gravitron, and let's do 20 of those. Looks like we can buy an archaeologist, a programmer. We're buying people here. They're trafficking people to play in space. We're going to need all that on Mars. Quintons, botanists, water tanks. Water, we need that. Buy water tanks. WS. And let's do 20 of those. You can see how much more complicated the video games are getting when we started with a Calibeth and the role-playing games, where if you wanted to buy something, it was like 5 options, and you just needed the first letter to buy that. And now we're getting role-playing games like this. And then let's buy a programmer. We're going to need one of those. I don't know why, but we just need a programmer. Got to get one of those. How many programmers? They have 545. Maybe it's like a scanning device. We'll say 5. And there, let's see cargo now. So that shows us what we got, and we have a lot of zeros. Actual fuel's 20,000. We have a crew of 6, it says. All right, here we go. Let's go to the countdown. Are you sure you're ready to blast off? No, we're not ready. We're going to say yes anyway. Wait, yes, wait. Countdown, are you sure? Are you sure you'll... Wait, you're... Did they have a typo? Are you sure you're ready to blast off? I'm going to say yes. Are you sure you're ready? Not you are ready? We're not ready, I guess. Crystalware was programming so fast they didn't even have time to spell check themselves. All right, here we go. Very nice. We do have artifacting turned on. That's why we have the slight color that's happening. It's completely in black and white, though, if you had this on a CRT. Look at that. They have a little pixel. A little tiny pixel person. And I want to know if this is controlled by joystick after all those menus. All right, we're in the ship. Oh, gosh. Prepare for liftoff. We might have to refer to the manual, because if it's going to do the space simulation thing, we might be stuck here. Admiral's requested a manual launch. No, we don't want a manual launch. Give us an automatic launch. Just take us to space. Do you need instructions? Hell yes, we do. Test your retro ammunition engines, retro. See, the artifacting makes it very difficult to read, but it allows color to show up. Stick 1 is ascent. Buttons. Okay, use the joystick. Stick, ascent, thrust. Using my joystick now. Nothing. Push the stick to increase pitch. Pull back to decrease pitch. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so it recognized something I did on the joystick. Yeah, so it's the joystick's working. Push up to burn, pull back. Okay, got it. So they're giving us some instructions, and if it's controlled with the joystick, that's very helpful. The other game we played role-playing wise was the Epix game Star Quest Rescue on Rigel, and it didn't use a joystick. It was still using those old commands like we saw in Dungeon Quest. So this one should be better if they have joystick control. All right, please test retros. Oh, it worked. Test fire thrusters. Oh, now I should have paid attention then, because it said I'm supposed to hold the button and then move the joystick a certain way, right? Nope, not working. Test fire thrusters not... Unless... Did it say controller 2? I don't think so. Go! Fire thrusters now! No, not that. Go back. Waiting for it. No, it's not responding. So it's using one and not two joysticks. The reason I'm plugging in a second joystick is I know we're going to have games that need to be used with both joysticks at the same time. I'm looking at you, Indiana Jones, on the Atari VCS. So it didn't work for this one, though. So it's just one joystick, but it is not responding. So that means we have to resort to keyboard controls. Test fire thrusters. That's so bizarre that it worked correctly for the first test, but then it didn't work for this one. Yeah, it's so bizarre. It doesn't respond. I want to shoot into space, but we can refer to our handy dandy manual because it does have instructions of how to blast off. There, lift off. Knob 0, set angle descent. Knob 1 controls how many hundreds of pounds of fuel per 20th second. Angle leaving 18,000 miles. Okay, wait. It just says... It says it as a story, not exactly how to do it. Wow, but once you're in space, you have all this stuff. And you can go explore different things. Well, I guess Mars is the main thing you explore. All right, so go thrust. Go thrust. Engage. Go. No. Please. Darn, I thought it was going to be a simple, let's play with the Atari VCS joystick, but it is not. Does it go? No, it's still got nothing. Darn, that's too bad. So for Sands of Mars, I'd love to continue to play some more and see what it's like. From what I've seen with screenshots and gameplay, it has the top-down view like we saw with Fantasyland 2041, and you move a character around the screen and the screen scrolls. It's just you exploring the Sands of Mars. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a rating considering what we've seen up to this point. And for all the games up to this point, Sands of Mars is in the above average range. 4 stars for sure. How I would love to get it off the ground and demonstrate some more, but this is one of those titles that I'll be playing more behind the scenes. Sands of Mars, check it out. Another fantastic game by Crystalware. All right, and with that, we're going to put our video game playing on pause. That is the last game we're going to be playing this evening, Sands of Mars, but we're trekking through 1981, playing all the releases at some point in 1981, and man, we're getting some crazy difficult ones that have more than I ever thought a game for 1981 would have, content-wise. Alternate game modes, role-playing experiences, it's just massive. These games are incredible. Blowing my mind, I didn't think this kind of thing would happen in this year, but there it is. All right, so that's it for today, and like I always say, go to Route 16. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we miss any games along the way. This video would not be possible without RetroArch and Launchbox. Please tell your friends there's some crazy guy out there trying to play every single video game. You can always check out Chronologically Gaming on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We will catch you next time.